Further cementing their warm and friendly ties, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi held talks with his New Zealand counterpart Christopher Luxon in New Delhi on Monday. The leaders agreed to further strengthen ties in areas of trade and investment, defense and security, maritime cooperation, education and research, science and technology, agri-tech, space, mobility of people and sports. Prime Ministers Modi and Luxon witnessed the exchange of MOUs on sports, horticulture and defense, a letter of intent on forestry and agreements on customs and education. They also exchanged views on strengthening cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. Referring to the Christchurch terror attack and the Mumbai attack, Prime Minister Modi said that terrorism in any form is not acceptable.
आतंकवाद के खिलाफ हम दोनों एक मत है। चाहे 15 मार्च 2019 का क्राइस्ट चर्च आतंकी हमला हो या 26 नवंबर 2008 का मुंबई हमला, आतंकवाद किसी भी रूप में अस्वीकार्य है। आतंकी हमलों के दोषियों के खिलाफ कड़ी कार्रवाई आवश्यक है। आतंकवादी, अलगाववादी और कट्टरपंथी तत्वों के खिलाफ हम मिलकर सहयोग करते रहेंगे। इस संदर्भ में न्यूजीलैंड में कुछ गैर कानूनी तत्वों द्वारा भारत विरोधी गतिविधियों को लेकर हमने अपनी चिंता साझा की। हमें विश्वास है कि इन सभी गैर कानूनी तत्वों के खिलाफ हमें न्यूजीलैंड सरकार का सहयोग आगे भी मिलता रहेगा।
Emphasizing that India believes in the policy of development, not expansionism, Prime Minister Modi said that India and New Zealand support a free, open, secure and prosperous Indo-Pacific.
फ्री, ओपन, सिक्योर और प्रॉस्परस इंडो पैसिफिक का हम दोनों समर्थन करते हैं। हम विकासवाद की नीति में विश्वास रखते हैं, विस्तारवाद में नहीं। इंडो पैसिफिक ओशन इनिशिएटिव से जुड़ने के लिए हम न्यूजीलैंड का स्वागत करते हैं। इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस के बाद CDRI से जुड़ने के लिए भी हम न्यूजीलैंड का अभिनंदन करते हैं।
Following the signing of the MOU, Prime Minister Luxon said that New Zealand needs a stronger presence in India. He announced plans to increase its diplomatic footprint by over 60%. He emphasized the nation's commitment to strengthening the ties between the two countries.
And so to give effect to the various areas of new cooperation, my government has also confirmed that we will need more people on the ground in India. And that is why New Zealand is looking to increase our diplomatic footprint in India by more than 60%, underscoring our commitment to the relationship and our ambition to see it grow even further. And it is also my great pleasure to be able to announce Dr. Samir Saran, President of the Overseas Research Foundation and an organiser of the Rasina Dialogue with Dr. Jay Shankar, to be the next Prime Minister's Fellow from India. And I look forward to welcoming Dr. Saran to New Zealand and building even stronger engagement between New Zealand and India on critical issues facing the Indo-Pacific. So finally, can I just say again, thank you Prime Minister Modi for hosting me and my delegation so generously and with so much hospitality. We do look forward to broadening and deepening the relationship between our two great countries. And I also, of course, offered to reciprocate Prime Minister Modi's warm and generous hospitality by inviting him to New Zealand.
The Secretary East in India's Ministry of External Affairs, Jaideep Mazumdar, held a news conference in which he spoke about the MOUs inked between India and New Zealand.
They both witnessed the exchange of bilateral documents and MOUs in various fields. One was an MOU on defense cooperation. Another was an authorized economic operator mutual recognition agreement. A third on Memorandum of Cooperation on Horticulture. Fourth was Letter of Intent on Forestry. Fifth was on Education Cooperation. And the sixth was as a Memorandum on Cooperation in Sports. The two Prime Ministers also announced the launch of negotiations between India and New Zealand towards a balanced and mutually beneficial free trade agreement in a time-bound manner.
Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Luxon laid a wreath at Mahatma Gandhi's memorial. Prime Minister Luxon arrived in New Delhi on Sunday on a 5-day visit to India. He is accompanied by a high-level delegation including ministers, officials, business persons, journalists and members of the Indian diaspora. He will call on President Draupadi Murmu at Rashtrapati Bhavan. He will also visit Mumbai, where he will have interactions with Indian industry leaders.